we're here. We're Buffalo gals want to come out tonight. Want to come out tonight. Want to come out tonight. Buffalo gals want to come out tonight. We're on the way to Buffalo. Yes, this is a haphazard driving stream, ladies and gentlemen, but hi, welcome. We're driving to Buffalo, which
see the Falls of Niagara.
To see the Falls of Niagara. We, I didn't realize that you could even see Niagara Falls in Buffalo.
Yep.
But apparently that's what we're going to do.
Hopefully we are going to see the falls in Buffalo.
And we're going to go on the Maid of the Mist. Isn't that
Hopefully,
exciting?
I don't know. Is that what it's called?
I only know that from The Office. So that's what we're planning to do.
That's what we're hoping for.
That's what we're hoping for. Hi everyone here. Yes, I'm on my phone. I know, but it's like an IRL stream, right? So it's beautiful weather. It's a vlog. Eugene will be streaming with Rick Monroe today. We'll be popping in, but I just thought I would give you a little hi, Aaron James. He says hi, ladies.
Hi.
This is my best friend Amy. You know her, you love her from the show. And she flew all the way from Chicagoland area to pick me up at LaGuardia, Eugene drove me to LaGuardia, and she rented a car, and she said, Keanu, I want to go to Buffalo. I want to see Niagara Falls. And I said, Amy, your wish is my command. Left 2 lanes, it says.
Got it. We're multitasking.
Right. That we're doing this for gas money, so you can super chat us if you'd like. We're not, we are.
Yeah.
We're not, we are. And we're also looking at the directions. We went around in a loop.
We got a little lost.
12 miles. Take exit 293 towards Scranton and I.
Oh, Scranton. Oh, perfect.
Where is that?
I mean,
that Pennsylvania
yes,
still?
Scranton. Speaking of The
I thought it
Office.
was Ohio.
No, Scranton's Pennsylvania. We have to look at this. Oh my gosh. Aww. Wait, done. Do. I have to do it like this. Let me look. Push-ups. Thank you for the $1.99. Can you argue with Amy like you do with Chino?
Oh God. I feel like I tap out. I don't feel like I argue back.
No, right. And also, it's only because when Gino and I do this, as I've told you, I've just had to get used to his driving. Amy I am so comfortable with Amy. She's like nervous as hell because she's driving, but I feel so safe and warm in her arms of the car because she's a cautious driver like me. We're driving about 50 miles per hour.
Yep. 55.
We're
A
driving,
safe 55, which is the speed limit, by the way.
we're driving the exact speed limit, which is 55 miles per hour.
People keep passing me
And honking, and we don't care. But I feel incredibly safe because we're not bobbing and weaving. And
there's no gears that
there's
are changing.
no shifting, no gears. So she doesn't believe in herself enough. But I think she's an incredible driver. But thank you, push-ups. Thank you for that. Get out. There we go. So yeah, that's what we're doing. I've never been to Niagara Falls. Didn't even know that you could access it through Buffalo. I don't know that I've been to Buffalo, but that's what we're doing. And Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Won't you come out tonight? Won't you come out tonight? Let's see here. Argue about anything. Ketchup versus mustard. You want us to argue?
That's what I mean. Is I don't think we don't argue.
No.
Back and forth like that really.
Do you like? We both like ranch. Do you like ranch dressing?
No, I like ketchup. I don't do sauces.
What? I need sauces.
I don't like honey mustard. I don't like ranch. I don't like barbecue. I like buffalo. Okay.
Amy knows this is how we're gonna fight. Okay, there we go. There we are. Let's see here. No, so you're not a sauce gal. I thought we does not hit.
Well,
It's
actually,
not
I don't
right.
know if your streaming fans know this, but Keanu used to eat her cereal with water. Drinks her Cocoa Puffs and water.
I'm not a big Cocoa Puff gal, but she regular Cheerios with water and a packet of Splenda.
Very gross.
Is that like serial
Very
killer
gross.
level? Like
Very gross.
No, it's awesome. No, I don't drink anything that came out of an udder. All right, I understand that I like cheese.
But you could drink it with almond milk or like oat milk.
No,
She just straight out the tap. Yum.
Well, I mean, I like
Minerals.
No, the real thing is if you have a bottle of freezing cold Dasani water poured over regular Cheerios, it's like
that might sound a little more appetizing. Maybe.
It's delicious.
I just had a lovely lunch at this little diner.
We did. We got. I have my hot things hot, cold things cold bag. Amy was worried about her chicken salad sandwich, and I said, "Well, Amy,
I brought my
hot things hot, cold things cold bag." She was like, "We're gonna get food poisoning if we leave it in the sun in the back seat." Let me look here. Hang on. Sorry, I know we're haphazard. I want to look at what you're saying. There we go. I'm a Guinevere. Hi, Aaron James. One of my exes enjoyed somebody's drinking her milk. Somebody drinking her milk? Oh my God.
Well, that's a very
An A&R relationship.
Yeah.
Michaeline and I just talked about that on the last episode of Keanu Cast. Check it out. Bing, bing, bing. Da, da, da. Post show. A pleasure trip. Hi, ladies. Hello, Tyler. Perfect Storm. Hello, Aaron James. I know I saw
something on my nipples.
I know, right? Please don't touch my nipples.
I don't know why you guys think that's a cool thing to do. It happens to me at the club all the time. Everybody wants to bite, suck, lick your nipples. I'm like, stop touching my nipples.
Right. Kiki, hi Amy. My family lives near Buffalo. That's McGuinevere. She's an original butt rug baby.
Cool. If you have recommendations for stuff to do, we're gonna go to a museum and we're gonna go to the falls.
Yes, and we have a gorgeous Airbnb we're driving to. No, my mom and I were just talking about, like, I don't mean like don't touch my nipples. I mean like don't what
the fixation is.
My mom was talking to somebody, not talking to them, but I guess she swiped right on Tinder.
Right, yeah.
And he's like, I'm an A&R guy.
What does that even mean?
Adult nursing relationship. And he said it without any sort of like, he's like, yeah, there's a whole community of us. I'm like, what? Ew. I mean, no.
If you're into that, fine. But like, my nipples are always hard, so I have virtually no feeling in my nipples.
Right.
And it's irritated and like just annoying. It's not even fun. Like, I think they think it's fun, but
I don't
fucking stupid.
I don't mind, like, obviously, like, you like a little nipple play in the bed or whatever, but I don't want you to come over and just suck on my boob. What is that?
I mean, it's just like, for me, it's like one more confirming way that like men are so mentally ill. Like, they never recover from their mother's relationship.
It's
true. They're fucked up for life about it. And they want their girlfriends to be motherly to them.
Not all of them,
maybe
but
not all of them. Well, we'll give Gino an exception, but I don't know. I've had my share sample size of boys who have some serious mom trauma. And that's coming from someone with also serious mom trauma.
You don't even want to know.
I was bad.
Oh my
I'm not
God.
sucking on anyone's teeth, though.
You should have, exactly. You should have heard
I turned out all right.
Were you breastfed?
My mom tried to breastfeed, but she just had a lot of hard time. She got really sick.
Yeah, just acid came out.
Yeah.
No,
so
Susie
evil. Susie was fed from one of my mom's friends' breast milk.
What?
They gave it to her. Yeah.
What is the fucking purpose of that?
It is because it's good for your baby's brain and it's good for their immune system. It's called colostrum. It's the first, or some people call it liquid gold. Like the first couple pumps of your wife's or whoever's breast milk for the baby, it gives them all of this like nutrients and like extra proteins.
I've heard that.
And stuff.
Yeah.
So supposedly that's why. But then you could stop. But then there's like people like,
they do it till they're like
friends
6.
of yours who are probably gonna have babies suck on their boobs till they die. I don't know.
And I'm not knocking breastfeeding, but Michael, and this is maybe you wonder why I eat cereal with water.
You were never given milk.
Michaeline just gave us cold formula. She was like, fuck this. I'm not having a baby on my boob, but that's gross.
Yeah, it was too inconvenient. It was far too inconvenient.
Well, and also I don't, if I don't want a kid, I know
But
you
if
all
I'm
know
not
this about
mistaken,
me,
your
but-
mom liked being pregnant because she said
She
things
did.
to me like that before, where it's like, if I don't have a kid, I'm going to be missing out on X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah.
She said it was the only time in her life she's like, I can just eat whatever the fuck I want. And like I get that. And she liked being pregnant. And obviously she loves us. Shout out Michaeline.
Yay!
So yeah. And no, but yeah, the boob thing. I don't mind nipple play in the bedroom, but I do think it's odd if you're just a grown adult man saying I would just like to come over and pretend to nurse you.
Oh, I had this one girl on like a dating app, either like Bumble or Tinder recently, and she used like all this like abbreviated language that I just wasn't familiar with.
They do it on purpose.
And I was like, you know, I was so confused. So I was like, I'm sorry, I don't really understand what you're looking for. And then she got, speaking of, that was a Tinder notification.
Was it?
Yeah. She wrote this like super explicit message where she was like something along the lines of, so if I were to take you to the bedroom and I were to tell you to like make you mine and you better like open up your asshole so I can stick my fist in it and da 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 da. And I was like, what are we talking about here? She was like, would you find that a turn on? And I was like, no. No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
She was like, well, then you're not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a submissive. And I just like deleted her.
I would just be like, why are you being so mean?
yeah. No, that's the other thing too. It's like, if I wanted someone to beat the shit out of me, I would just be in my previous relationship. Like, I don't think,
Ayo.
yeah, I'm like, I think if you've been through like serious physical trauma, like
Yeah,
that shit is just not fun anymore.
I'm not looking for
I'm like,
some sort of.
I wanted to tell her you've clearly never been abused. Like,
50 Shades of no,
but
thank
also,
you.
But I mean, and I also understand that some people do find release and like come to like trauma relief or whatever from that type of relationship sexually, but I just can't fathom. I really can't.
No.
I don't want someone to beat me up. I'm not looking.
Okay, there we go. There's a person that knows what they want. That's a person that knows what they want, Aaron James
I guess
says.
that's fair. No, I mean it is. I'm glad she was like upfront about it because that would have been.
I know, it's just some people are, I'm like, where do you get where do you,
2 miles.
Two
Take
miles.
exit 293 towards Scranton and I-380 north.
did I, oh God, the amount of time I've spent in Scranton.
Yeah.
Me and Kiki would be 10 IQ points. Me and Kiki would be 10 IQ points higher if our mommies gave us
Yes,
the tit.
this is true. This is true.
Maybe we would be.
Scientifically proven. Yes, not to shit on people who weren't breastfed, but that is true.
Well, you know what?
She
I'm
just had
alright
to work
with it.
a little extra hard. To
I
get
did.
This smart. She just needed a few more textbooks than everybody else.
Exactly. Right. I'm a SNAP student. You're headed to the middle of nowhere. Yeah, I guess we're going to Buffalo, and tomorrow we're gonna go into a what is Niagara Falls? A waterfall.
It's just a waterfall.
Okay, just a giant waterfall. See,
It's like
it's
where
if I-
Canada drops off to the United States.
and then Amy makes her way to Canada after that, and then she's coming back.
Joe.
Yes, if you would like to see me do live stand-up and you're in the New York area on Wednesday, check out I can't remember exactly where I am, but I have a show on Wednesday in Brooklyn, New York. So being adaptable is a good thing. Never let things get boring. I think I actually wrote a super chat too untoward for even Kiki. Where is it? Start. Oh, perfect. Sorry, I'm on my phone, guys. Push-ups. How can you hook with a nip, hey girl? How can you hook?
Use the right two lanes to take exit.
Yeah, I don't know if I can say that. Push-ups. If it's the, I don't know if I can say that. That is untoward. But thank you for the $1.99. And yeah, Amy and I, we don't argue. We
Not really.
no.
Anytime we've ever had like an argument, it wasn't even like an argument. It was just like a separation of like we need to take some time to figure our own shit out, sort of thing. But it's not like we fight over the remote or anything.
Yeah. Maybe we will. Maybe we'll make it a point to fight over the road in our dwellings. That's true. So we know.
I'm just trying to think. The last time I slept with a Thompson was your mom, and she was up all night puking because she was so drunk.
Oh my God! And I had to come down. Remember?
Mickey would not get off the bathroom floor, and every time we tried, she thought she was going to keep puking, but she was done because she ate nothing. She ate like 5 pieces of lettuce all night.
Yeah.
And then she was just grabbing on with your life, and
Amy,
she'd be like, touch me.
I was in the hotel with room with Chino. Amy was bunking with my mom. This is for my grandma's funeral. It was after, and yeah, we all cooled our heels and hung out like afterwards, and we all drank. And then my mom, Amy, calls me. She's like, "Your mom's on the bathroom floor. Like, do I need to do?" And I was like, "I'll be right down." I think we talked about this on the show even.
So all to say is, and I didn't have like my night meds with me, which would have usually knocked me out completely. This time I have my night meds, so I'll be stone cold. I'll be dead turkey, dead.
And then I went, Mommy. I was like, all right, you're gonna get up. And then she was like, leave, don't touch me, don't touch me. She's like, you're so cool. We talked about this on the show, but that's Michaeline. She's just something else.
She just is so tiny too, and she just had one martini too many.
I think she had one vodka too many, for sure.
She did.
But it was, and then I hoisted her onto the bed, and then I put her on the ground. Amy's just laying there like, what up? It's fine. But also,
she said don't touch her, so I didn't.
We've known each other since kindergarten, so we don't fight. If we do, it's not like we used to fight when we were kids. Me and you. Yeah.
But that was more like I got my feelings hurt because I was so insecure about Keanu ditching me as a friend.
And
I didn't have any friends, and I was.
Amy, you have that wrong. You have it so wrong. I was the fucking lonely one. I will never forget. It's traumatizing to me. The one time we were in a separate grade from each other, it was first grade. We were in kindergarten together. That's where we met. Best friends. First grade, we were in separate classes, but we had recess together. I was sitting on the bench waiting for Amy because I'm so fucking shy. I didn't know what else to do. I'm like, I'll wait here for Amy. She comes up, puts her hands on my face and goes, I'll play with you some other day. I didn't see her for a year. I swear to God. And then now she has these like reoccurring dreams that I made up.
I have these reoccurring dreams that she like leaves me for someone else, and it's every time I have an anxious day or I'm having like a sad day, I have this reoccurring dream over and over, and then I wake up and I'm so confused because I can't remember like if we're friends or not. And then the other reoccurring dream I have is that I'm getting baptized and then a priest tries to choke me in the pool.
Not drown you, just choke you?
Well, no, like choke, drown. Yeah, that's one. And then I have this other reoccurring dream that my cat Bella is somehow recreated. She's like cloned, and there's multiple. Which one is the real Bella?
I fucking hate
take her home.
Yeah, which one are you?
Yeah, and I'm constantly paranoid that I'm like gonna grab the wrong cat. It's awful.
They're like, it's me, Mommy.
Yeah.
Wow. What's my reoccurring nightmare? I have a lot of. This one's heavy, I guess. I have. But if I'm anxious, I have like about Jason.
Oh God. We're still together.
Yes.
Yeah.
It and I'm like, did this happen?
Yeah.
And like, yeah.
I also have like a reoccurring dream that I like didn't finish college, but I like finished class math. I don't remember whether I got a degree or not. It was
Right.
that I am struggling in school. I got a public health and then a psychology, specifically women, specific time, and then I also later, which connects right now, children's like below income school type thing.
The character, she can know. I'm very empowered.
Very empowered.
She's
Oh, there we are. Yeah. Speaking of college dreams, I had a guy who was a college professor, tenured, come into the strip club the other night. He became absolutely obsessed with me. He did spend an hour with me. Wow, it's very hard to entertain someone for an entire hour. So I think I should get 5 gold stars for that.
you do. Kiki bucks for you.
Yep, Kiki bucks for me. And I don't know, he offered to like take me to dinner and do all this stuff, but I feel weird about that. I don't really plan on meeting people like outside of the club. I feel like that's like maybe walking the line of danger. But he showed me his whole profile because I was like, for all I know, you could be Ted Bundy. And he gave me all his information, his phone number, his like bio from his college website and all this stuff. And I thought to myself, like, you could still be a college professor and
A rapist.
And a rapist. Like, I don't understand why he thinks that like that is the deal breaker. I don't know. There was
But
some
I'm a
serious, like,
college
disconnect.
professor.
Yeah.
Right. All of a sudden, then you're in a Netflix documentary. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, is there anybody good looking that comes in that you have to
There was-
dance on?
Yeah, I've had like 3 good like looking guys that I was like actually attracted to, but that doesn't happen very often.
3 out of
3 out of
100.
like
Yeah.
a billion. Yeah.
Yeah. Sad.
Yeah.
The other thing is, it's like, it's a great business and you're good at it, but that is not for the faint of heart. Just the talking. I think you enjoy the dancing.
The talking
It's
is the excruciating
Yeah.
part. Yeah.
Right. Wow. Hang on.
And he was a doctor of political science.
Of course. Remember, I was a theater major and I had a minor in anthropology.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I dropped it. That's why you didn't. Yeah, dropped it. You know what? I don't want to dig up bones. I know that's
I don't want to know about people.
The people aspect of it I loved. Then when we got to archaeology, I went, I'm not doing this. I don't want to go on an excavation. I'll just stick with my theater major. It got me where I am today with you fine people. But no, I wouldn't risk it. An entertainer asked me to take her home, but I didn't know her well enough. Really? Oh wait, this is pretty good.
Wait, the stripper asked you to take her home?
Yeah,
That's wild.
The stripper said, I wouldn't risk it. An entertainer asked me to take her home, but I didn't know her well enough. That makes you a good guy.
Yeah,
That's
strange.
sweet.
Usually it's the other way around.
It's so interesting. You guys are great. Oh my God. I know we're a little haphazard here. Push up, thank you for the $1.99. How can you hook a Frankie up with no nip playgirl? Are you talking about Amy?
Yeah, no nip
Yeah,
playgirl.
Frankie would love you. Frankie would love
That's
you.
my
and he-
name.
Yes.
No nip playgirl.
No nip playgirl. It's such a
Welcome
shame.
to the stage. No nip playgirl.
Coming to the stage. No nip playgirl. Touch her nips, and you will have
I've had
to
this
acquit.
happen like at least 3 times too, where guys have like tickle fetishes, and they're like, "Does this tickle? Does it tickle?" And
Are
they'll
you
just, like,
ticklish?
I mean, yeah, but like not in like a fun pornographic way. Like,
Have you ever seen that documentary called Tickled?
no.
I've
But it's
talked
also-
to you
it's
guys about
always,
this
like
before.
Indian guys. I don't know if there's like some white girl like porn somewhere in Mumbai I don't know about, but they love me to be tickled.
They like
It's
it.
very
This,
weird.
this,
Yes, yes. And then this one guy will be like, "Does it turn you on a little bit? Does it turn you on a little bit?" And I'm like, "No," and he'll keep saying it over and over. I've decided I'm not going to get any more dances with that guy, actually. Like, he's paid me $200 like several times for these dances, but I just don't think it's worth it anymore.
No.
And I left the club one night kind of early, and my boss was like, "Why are you leaving?" And I was like, "Honestly, because this man just licked my entire body."
Yeah.
I feel evil.
At least the hours are good. You can leave whenever you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gross.
don't lick me. And also, tickle you. Tickling is a
turn you
form.
on a little bit. No.
Tickling is a form of torture. It's torture. It's not funny. There's nothing funny about it. I have a hard time even getting a pedicure because I think they're sadistic
Yes.
and they do that on
Aw.
purpose.
No.
Yeah.
But it does feel weird.
It does. And like, I do not like to be tickled. And I've talked to you people about this before. There's this documentary, and there was this whole ring of men paying good-looking, straight young men. They would tie them down and record them being tickled, and it was like a competition. And I guess there's nothing like outright illegal
Makes
about
sense.
it, but
Yeah.
it's not right. It's not right. Does tickle Amy? I can't.
No.
I can't. So, would you rather be at the Children's Museum or the strip club?
The strip club makes me more money, but I would rather be at the Children's Museum, mostly because I like the people that I work with.
Yeah. Do
Yeah,
you like the
yeah.
other stripper gals though?
Yes, I do. I like most of them. There is like 1 or 2 that I just don't really get along with because honestly, they're just too dumb. Like, they're just so stupid. I can't even like have a conversation with them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
What I miss about like what's so appealing about that is like going to the
Backstage.
dressing room and getting ready with a bunch of women or people. Like, I miss that about theater. Like,
Yeah.
those were the funnest times. So
Well, actually, Dax Shepard says something similar. I love Dax Shepard, and if you haven't watched The Armchair Expert, you should watch that podcast as well. But he talks about how his favorite parts of being like on screen and doing movies had nothing to do with movies, but he liked being backstage, and he ended up like getting into like directorial stuff because he liked the behind the scenes so much more.
yeah.
And someone on his podcast asked, well, like, what was your favorite part of your job? And he was like, just the camaraderie and like the laughing back and forth behind the scenes. And he was like, I guess that's kind of how he went into podcasting in these interviews, is like he basically just plucked his favorite parts of his previous job.
Right.
And now he gets to do nothing but just talk and laugh with people all the time.
I feel like that's what Eugene and I do.
Yeah.
Not that right, stand up is sort of the same, even in like people shit on crowd work, but I do that a lot because sometimes it's just funny getting to know people's like weird lives, like being a piece of furniture in your strange life. Like, let me know. It's comedy comes from it. Like, that's the getting to know other people. Although I'm not the biggest talker in the world, probably because I talk for a living.
Yeah.
But people are interesting, and they always have something bizarro to say. I miss that about the theater.
There was also a guy who came into the club like 2 nights ago. I think he was like either like on the extreme autistic like spectrum, or he was like fucked up on some drugs.
Maybe both.
He came into the club in a complete and total like tuxedo suit. Was like looking like he came from a wedding, but then he had on these like anime character socks in house shoes, like slippers, like dirty, ripped up slippers, and a tux. It was so strange.
And they let him in?
Yeah. Which is funny. I don't think anyone noticed, but me. I noticed because I was like very intimate with this man, and I was stuck with him for like, you know, an extended period of time. And then I ended up leaving work after that because I was just so exhausted from the whole experience. But yeah, I was like, this is odd. Something's not right here. You know?
Yeah,
Thank you for your money, but I'm gonna go.
Hey, bouncer, you left us. You let a man
Like,
with
we won't
slippers
We
in.
won't even let people in the club that have hats on. So I thought that was funny that they like missed this.
They just scanned right to his ankles and missed that he was wearing, you know, Pikachu slippers.
And then one of my bosses looked at me and he was like, I never trust anyone who comes into the club in a tuxedo. And I was like, that's fair. I don't know.
It makes sense.
It's a good boundary, I guess.
Right. Also, yeah, where honestly, if he walked us through his night, there's only two options. He put on a full tux at his house,
decided to go to the strip club
with his slippers on, and decided to go to the strip club. Just
Which
forgot
is
to put
what
shoes
I think
on.
happened.
Or he was at an event like a wedding, went home, put his Pikachu slippers on, and then went to the strip club. Either option is bad. That's the only scenario.
Weird.
It's not like how girls carry their, flats in their purse.
Whatever, right? Yeah.
Amy, I love it. I love your life.
So
or he is nuts. Yes, that we're saying I think he's nuts in either one. Yeah. Or I guess it could be if he were coming out. No.
He also was having like a hard time because he had to pay me in multiple different cards.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he was like, oh, I'll try this card. Let me try half on this card and then half on this card.
Do you have like a little machine where you can go like ding?
Well, I don't do it. My bosses do. They deal with all that stuff, but it was pretty annoying. Like, I deal with cash. If you have cash, then you can deal with me, but if you have to pay with like a card or something else, that has to go through like the bar.
Oh, so do they take a percentage if they pay non-cash?
So they take a percentage of everything that I make.
Even
like,
cash?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I owe my bosses money every night for everything that I do. Like, there's cameras everywhere. There's people watching, like, where you're coming and going from. And so, like, for every dance I get, it's almost a 50. It's like, it's not a 50-50 split, but it's almost a 50-50 split. It's like a 40-60 or whatever. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So, like, if I get a room of 200, it costs, let's say the room costs $200.
Yeah.
I give away 93 of those dollars. So whatever that is, whatever 93 out of 200 is the percentage.
Oh my God, that's geez Louise.
Yeah. So when I had, like all these bizarre experiences, it's like, yeah, is it worth it? Kind of. But when you get multiple of those in one night, like, you just have to go home. It doesn't matter how much money I've made. Like, I just got to go home.
No, right. Once you start, at some point, it's not like worth waiting around
mental
for
sanity. No.
Yeah, exactly. But you seem to be making really good money there.
I'm making fine money, but I should be working more than I have been. But I think that's hard too. Like, with anybody streaming or whatever, when you like make your own hours, you have to like. It's good because you keep a schedule pretty much.
I try to, and I'm sorry no one toured Tuesday last night, but we were planning to this day. But yes.
But you it's good that Keanu mostly keeps to a schedule, because if you don't do that, you just like decide to go whenever you want. It's pretty hard,
and it's daunting, and it's hard. Yeah, it is difficult to have a. Don't apologize.
Can you help me with my water?
Of course I can.
Okay.
No worries.
That's what I was scared of, Keanu. Sorry.
It's just water.
I know,
Fine.
but I feel bad.
What do you feel bad about?
I feel bad.
I'll just look like I peed my pants. Don't worry.
Okay.
Amy, it was like a nice little
I just needed some
smart water shower. Amy, please don't worry about me. I'm fine. It's not the end of the world. She spilled water all over me. This bitch. I don't understand her. I'm just teasing you.
Get out of the car.
Get out. It's a drive-by. Here you go, love. I'm loving your driving. I think you're doing great. You're a queen.
0 miles.
And you know what? It was a 6-hour drive. We stopped for lunch 30 minutes in.
Yeah,
so,
we did.
like,
Making
true
great
females.
time.
Yes. And then we drove around in a loop for
About a half hour.
But I'm enjoying the whole thing. I couldn't be happier. Let's see here. Let me look at some of you fine people.
We should do like a scavenger hunt, but with roadkill. I spy with my little eye.
There has been a lot of
Porcupine.
roadkill.
Yeah, I saw porcupine.
A very flat
Yeah.
porcupine.
Sad.
Starred. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, and then Amy's going on to Canada. Okay, can we talk more about Aaron and Nick, please? Not right now, unless you can ask us anything. Unless you have a specific question, I got nothing for you. Also, we only have a few more minutes left because Eugene is going to start in hot water with Rick Monroe, and I did promise we would stream in for at least a little bit to them. And then we've got 5 more hours of this, so we'll just keep on streaming for you. We'll keep you posted with the goings on of us. Also, I would like to announce I have a very interesting the 12th. I just shared it on her. You can get very excited about that for some fun, interesting banter and drama. That'll be very cool. Take a look at my Twitter, or excuse me, my X. If you'd like to see me do live stand-up comedy, obviously go to my Instagram or my X. But we're not out just yet. Just making sure you're all okay. Hello, Genevieve. So you're ending and then restarting. Yeah. Is that all right with you, Kurt? It is stressful. But listen, we're just cooling our heels. We had no plan. We're on the road. See? We got nothing on the road again. What are our favorite road trip songs?
Well, right now I'm obsessed with Julia Wolf. I'm going to see her when I get back from. I think I see her on like the 18th or something in Chicago, but I don't know. Some of you probably don't know what that is, but
I don't know who that is.
People who are obsessed with Twilight are obsessed with her. She like blew up on TikTok.
Is it like that?
Summer. Well, no, that's different. I think that's like Bjork or something. But
when you say Twilight, all I can remember is.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what the fad is or how she got into like Twilight shit. But anyway, she's basically like this like screamo, I don't know, like video game artist. Like a lot of her music sounds like video game, like war stuff, but it's cool. Anyway, that's all I'm listening to right now.
Like that?
Like she's hot. No, like Doom. Like no, with like slashes and I don't know, fucking knives. I don't play games and stuff, but she is cool.
Ooh, we're gonna have to look that up. We were just listening to, because I like a good folksy sort of. We were listening to the MGK cover of Ryan Adams as a "Come pick me up, take me out, fuck me up, steal my records, screw all my friends, they're all full of shit." We were listening to that. That's a great road trip song.
Fuck Ryan Adams. He's a rapist. But
apparently.
And fuck MGK because he cheated on Megan Fox.
I
like,
know.
What is that?
It's because
it's a good song. Listen.
Yeah. It was his insecurities, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 miles north to Scranton. Woohoo! So yes, that is where you will find us. We will be streaming again. This has already been fun, but we have another 100 hours. Doom music is epic. See, push-ups knows. See, look at that. I love it. Kiki, who's gonna produce Whiskey Wednesday now? Well, I told Dino how to. It's gonna be more like his webcam thing, because I told him you could just set it up like this. He's like, no, I've got it. But if that cat sits on my soundboard and I come back and it's all a complete and utter mess, there won't be hell to pay, because what can I do? But I'll be upset. So
It's annoying.
it is. I like this car too.
Me too. It's been a good ride.
It is. This is fun. I wonder how much longer we have.
Girl, we got a while. We got 4.5 hours.
Okay, so we have 4.5 hours left. We're going to leave you fine people for now. I have a very exciting interview coming up on the 12th. Go to my ex I just shared it, and we will be streaming again after we pop onto In Hot Water on Gino Visconti's Rumble. So we will be doing that in just about probably 10 to 15 minutes. So head on over there. This has been fun, and
TBYL.
we will talk to you maybe in an hour or two. We will keep you posted. Kiki and Amy out for now. Bye.